This is UMAR AHMED for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. We're at the WILDCARD boxing gym in Los Angeles, joined by Gabe Rosado. It's been a quiet year for you. You had that bout with Selecki, an absolute firefight, which was in March. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, March 15th, I believe, yeah.
So it's been a frustrating period for you, this time out?
You know, not really, man. You know, I kind of venture off to new things, opened up a new gym in Los Angeles, man. Boxing gym is doing good. But, you know, it's disappointing getting that loss. It was a fight. There was a great fight. I mean, in the, you know, the second knockdown, I think, in the 9th round, I thought the ref was going to stop the fight. You know, Selecki turned his back on me and kind of like fell down to his knees and pretty much crawled away, man. So I'm thinking the ref was going to call it right there. But, you know, it was a great, entertaining fight, man. It finished with a bang. You know, unfortunately, I didn't pull it off, man. But, you know, it just was one of those fights to show, you know, I got a lot more to offer.
I want to go back to the Luis Arias fight, another great fight, highly controversial as well. Did you feel, I mean, watching it back several times, which I'm sure you've done, being biased as you can be to Luis, did you feel like it was a fair result, or did you still feel like you deserved the win?
You know, I mean, I had me winning the fight clearly. I thought I boxed him easily. I walked out of the fight clean. You know, I had him hurt really bad in the fight. And the commentators had me up on the scorecards. So I honestly don't know how the fight ended up being a draw. You know, Eddie Hearn's had me up. You know, pretty much everyone had me up, man. So it's just one of those kind of decisions where, you know, you just got to kind of shake off and keep it moving.
You've had many questionable decisions in your career. After that Arias fight, was there any thoughts in your head of kind of thinking, let's just pack this in, you've had enough of boxing? No,
not really, man. You know, I was disappointed, but, you know, it's just one of those fights where the world kind of chimes in, like, you know, the Twitter and everyone on social media pretty much had my back, and the commentators had me up winning. So, you know, Eddie told me he'd put me right back on, and that's when we got the Selecki fight. Yeah.
As I said, we're in Los Angeles, where Billy Joe Saunders is fighting this Saturday night. Now, there were rumours going around that you could be potentially facing Billy Joe. Can you explain why you're not fighting him this Saturday?
Well, you know, we were going to fight. You know, I think it had, you know, part of it was money, and another part of it was just dealing with the ranking and in that situation. But it's a fight that could have been done. But, you know, it's all about timing, man. You know, I think it's best that, you know, it played out the way it did. You know what I'm saying? You got the YouTubers that are they're gonna headline. So, you know, just it is what it is, man. You know, I wouldn't have been mad to been on the card, but, you know, it's all about timing, man, just making the right move right now.
I was going to come on to the YouTube bit about them headlining the card. How do you feel about it? Someone who's dedicated your whole life to boxing. Yeah. We hear so many times from fighters, etc., and trainers, how tough it is going through several camps, dieting, you know, it's a lifestyle. Yeah. And then these guys rocking, obviously they've got a massive following, which they've built up, but it's their professional debut. They're headlining the Staples Center on big purses. How do you feel about that?
I just think it's funny. And I mean, I don't knock it. I don't knock nobody's hustle, but I just think it's funny as far as coming on the angle of a promoter, because it's kind of hypocritical when a promoter will say something like, well, you're coming off a loss, but your loss is entertaining, it's blood, sweat, and tears, the fans still love you, but then it's okay for YouTubers to get this kind of spotlight. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. But honestly, I'm happy for the YouTubers, man. Let them get their money. You know what I mean? They got families, whatever. So I ain't mad at them at all. But, you know, it's just kind of like, you know, just keep it all the way 100. You know, as far as pitching this to a fighter, but then, you know, getting these YouTubers on the headline.
Do you think Eddie Hearn should be putting on a card at the Staples Center or a big arena with two YouTubers headlining then?
I think it makes sense to do it in LA just because, you know, this is entertainment, you know, Los Angeles, you know, lights, camera, action out here. So I think it makes sense. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I'm not mad at the card, you know what I'm saying? It's all a hustle, man. It's all about making bread.
Just back to Billy Joe Saunders, are you really disappointed that you're not featuring on Saturday night for another world title shot against Billy Joe, who's a massive name in the UK?
You know, I wanted to fight. We thought it was going to play out. But, it just, one thing I learned throughout my career is just don't force anything. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't flowing as far as the negotiation, and then kind of like with the ranking and all, it was just a lot of politics involved. So it was just like, look, it is what it is. I kind of, at a certain point, I kind of just like let it die off. And if it was going to happen, it was. And if it didn't, then whatever. So that's just pretty much how I played it.
Now, there's other rumours around Gabe Rosado. Yeah. We know the situation with Jacobs-Chavez. Yeah. Well, we know his situation. We're not sure whether that fight still goes ahead in Phoenix. It's rumoured too. But then again, there was speculation that you might be fighting Danny Jacobs. Yeah. Firstly, will you definitely be on that card in Phoenix?
Me and Eddie talked. You know what I'm saying? Eddie definitely wants me on the bill. So it's just a matter of I'm just getting everything right as far as, the negotiations and the numbers and things like that, man. So, but that's what it's looking like. It's definitely looking like I'm on the bill for the 20th. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited to just get the ball rolling. And I'm just, my whole thing is just let it play out the way it's going to play out. If it's Jacob, then great. If it's not, then look spectacular and get a big fight right after that, man. So we'll just see how it goes, man. But, Eddie, we stay in contact. We actually spoke yesterday. I like working with Eddie. You know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes.
Have you done any rounds with Chavez in this gym?
No, not at all. I mean, Chavez is a good dude, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope the best for Chavez, honestly, I don't, it's a tough sport already. He has a chip on the shoulder as far as, his father's legacy. That's a big name to carry, man, a huge name to carry. It doesn't get no bigger than that, so, there's a lot of pressure on him, man. So, I don't got nothing against him, man. If he gets to fight, great. If not, then, we fight Jacobs. It is what it is.
So in your mind, you are preparing for Danny Jacobs?
Well, yeah, man. At this point in my career, I'm preparing for anybody, man. I've been in the game for 14 years, so I got to be sharp, man. I got to be ready for anybody, So this game is unexpected, man. 1 minute you're getting ready for one fight, and then next thing you know, things change. So, today was day one of camp, so I'm just getting ready for whoever.
When the name Gabe Rosado is mentioned, you just think of a barnstormer. You've been involved in great fights throughout your career, whether it's been in the UK or over here, this side of the pond. How many fights do you think you have left in you, considering the amount of tough fights and wars you've had?
Yeah. Well, man, thankfully, man, I'm healthy. I'm saying? I'm still able to count my own money. So, I'm good, man. I feel good. I really don't have a time frame. I just feel healthy, and as long as I still got the passion and the desire to still do this, I'm gonna just keep riding, man. The goal is to get a world title. I know I can do it with the right team, and just kind of it's all about game plan, man, and just strategy. I know if I do it right, man, we gonna get to the top. So got some more in the tank left, man.
Considering that, we've got to see what happens with you on that card in Phoenix, whether you fight Jacobs or you're just on the undercard. But I've heard Billy Joe Saunders, after Saturday night, wants one more fight in between that Cinco de Mayo, that he's pushing for that Canelo fight. I think I heard that he wants to fight in January. Yeah. You throwing your name in the hat for that Billy Joe fight in January? Well,
we'll see what's up, man. We're in talks with Eddie, so anything's possible, So we'll see, man. If it's Billy, then great. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal, is to get a world title shot. So if, he's on, I'm possibly on in December 20th. So, that's a great fight. I like that fight a lot. You know what I mean? I do.
Okay, Gabe Rosado, you always make time for IFL TV. Appreciate it. And is there anything you want to add, especially to the UK fans?
No, man. Stay tuned, man. We're grinding, and we're aiming for that title, man. So just stay tuned.
All right. Thank you, Gabe. Cheers.
No doubt. Thanks, bro.